Hello there guys, welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to be changing it up a little bit and I'm going to be doing a tier list video. Now, this tier list is going to be showcasing you a few investments that I have had experience with, and I'm going to be telling you guys my experience, my thoughts, and where I would personally rank them in my personal experience. And of course, you guys can comment down below your thoughts. But yeah, without further ado, let's jump right into it. So I'm going to have no particular order, so I'm just going to choose a random one and then I'm going to place them accordingly. So we are going to start off with individual stocks. So when it comes to individual stocks, I have been investing in the stock market for, I want to say 4 years now. And my experience investing with this 4 years, I did start off with investing into individual stocks. And I'm going to be honest, I had about 10 individual stocks, which range from like Apple, Nvidia, a lot of the top companies which were already in the S&P 500. Now, again, I held these individual stocks for I want to say about a year and a half. I had experience with that. So after that year and a half, basically what happened is a lot of the stocks were down. I only lost maybe like a couple £100 because I only had maybe a couple thousand invested, so yeah, but it was a loss. And then I did more research and I was able to understand, okay, maybe in like individual stocks isn't the best way for me to go about investing, as I need to do more research and see if I truly believe in the company. Because if you want to invest into an individual stock, you want to be willing to hold that company for, as people say, 5, 10, 20 plus years. So that wasn't my mindset, and I thought, okay, what are other people doing and how can I like truly make the most of this? So yeah, individual stocks personally wasn't for me. Again, it's definitely great, and I know with the rise of AI and Nvidia, like I have considered investing into them, but I'm going to play it safe, and of course I'll be talking you guys through ETFs and why I think they are definitely better for me. So for me personally, individual stocks are great. They are definitely trend dependent. So when some companies are doing well, you may be able to, again, experience that boom, gain like 100, 1,000%. However, for me personally, I'm going to go with B tier as I think it's great, but it's not my ideal investment strategy. So that moves nicely onto ETFs. So again, as I said, I've been investing for about 4 years, and since then I decided to go down the ETF route. So an ETF is just a range of stocks put in together into one single stock. So the reason why I personally like ETFs is, of course, they are still built up of individual stocks. However, you only see the overarching percentage change. So if, let's say, one company went down 10%, but then like 5 companies went up by 3%, then of course I'll be up by 5% overall. So like that's the great thing about it, is that you don't really see the shifts and the movement, you just see the end percentage. And I think that's why I personally like going down the ETF route, as it allows me to, yeah, just kind of invest safely. And instead of trying to chase 100%, 10%, 50%, I'm chasing 1% to 5%. But at least it's more consistent, and at least it kind of adds up over time. And that's why I personally believe ETFs are a safer investment and better in the long run. So on that note, ETF is going to go, for me personally, I love it, so I'm going to put it into S tier. Okay, now next we're going to go with gold. So gold is an interesting one because, again, I know a lot of people like to use it for like a physical aspect, as of course they hold the value of gold. So like, again, if you purchase like a piece of gold, of course you'll hold that value forever and ever. Now I've only experienced investing into the digital version of gold, and yes, I know that the market kind of does go up and down with gold. Yes, it's meant to be kind of stable-ish, but I guess with what's going on in the news and everything, it's not been the best. So my experience with gold, I'm gonna say, was only about 6 months, and yeah, I kind of was able to break even. So yeah, and it went up a little bit, it went down, and there was no like real changes. So yeah, I don't have too much to say about gold. It's not the worst, it's not the best, but I'm gonna personally put gold in. Let's go for C tier, as I definitely prefer individual stocks over gold, and that's just my personal preference. Okay, so next up, let's go with high yield savings account. So this is an interesting one. And the reason I say that, as again, it's kind of like an ETF. It's like you don't expect crazy returns. However, you kind of know the percentage that you're going to get for that year. So just for example, anywhere you'll probably get anywhere from like 3 to 5% every single year. So that's kind of like consistent. So again, that is very interesting, as I feel like it's definitely something I would tell other people to do, as again, it's a saving. It's not really investing, it's more of like a saving strategy. So again, if you lock up like £1,000 and then you get like the 5% at the end of the year, you'll get £50. So again, it's nothing crazy, but it's something. So I think it's definitely a safe investment if you are someone who has like a lot of the money and you don't really know what to do with it. And if you hold a lot of your money in your bank account, then definitely something worth considering. Again, this is non-financial advice. I'm just telling you guys my experience and for those that I speak to. And yeah, so again, please take this with caution. But yeah, I think a savings account, a high yield savings account, is great, but it's kind of like it's like a way in. If you want to have like a way into like the investment world, that's like your way in. And then of course, if you want to start taking risks, you kind of go from like a savings account to an ETF to individual stocks. So yeah, and on that note, I'm going to put it, because I personally like it. I think it's safe, and I think that's why I'm gonna, it's like around B, because it's not amazing, it's not great, but it's safe. And I think from my personal experience, I'm gonna give it a B tier above individual stocks from my personal experience. Now, next up, we have got crypto. Okay, I've got many stories for crypto, but let's not go on too long about those stories. But yeah, crypto is so interesting, and I think, as people may be aware, there's something about the 4 year cycle with crypto. So like every 4 years, there's like a boom, and it's been happening for the past few years. However, I think it didn't happen. I think last year, if I recall. I think the last boom was, I think it was 2020. So yeah, it didn't happen in 2024. So yeah, people are a bit skeptical now. But yeah, crypto is interesting, as I feel like I've always had an interest in it. However, I feel like I don't really know, like you can't really know if it's going to do well or not. And I feel like that's why I'm kind of leaning towards the top two coins. So like that would be like Bitcoin, Ethereum. I feel like those are a lot more safer than like the meme coins like Shiba, Doge. Yes, they can make you a lot, but yeah. So from my personal experience, I did test out Shiba and I was able to make a couple £100, which was great. But then I realized that life isn't this easy, and you won't always just get a couple £100 from investing into a meme stock. So that's why I do like crypto, but it's like a hit and miss. I only have about maybe £20 in crypto. I don't have much in it, but other than that, crypto is just a hit and miss. So on that note, I'm going to put crypto because it's fun, it's risky, and I'm trying to play it safe and be more strategic with my investments. So on that note, I'm going to personally put crypto at C tier. So the last one, we have got NS&I. So this is a UK specific investment, and I'll tell you guys why, as this is only in the UK. But this is called premium bonds. Now, premium bonds is one of the most interesting investment that I found out recently, as again, it's kind of similar to a lottery. So it's like a lottery, but you keep the money. So like that's why I really personally like it. So the way that I see this is that, again, you have the money in these premium bonds, and every month there's a draw, and you'll potentially get anywhere from £25 to £1 million. So I think that's why I personally like it. So I've got like 1,000 in that because again, it's nice to kind of see if I will win or not. I've been doing this for 2 years now, and yeah, again, I have 1,000 in it and I've won 200. So again, not too bad. Again, I think the prize rate is 3.6%, but that's a prize rate, so it's just like a rough estimate. But the average person doesn't usually win from it. So me winning, like once I got my first £100 win, I was so excited to know that I genuinely had that potential to win. However, I know I probably might not get another win for like another year or so, but hey, again, it's nice to have a bit of like cash in the bonds. And if I do win, hey, look, that's extra cash flow and I can't complain. So just from my personal experience and just because I personally love it and I see the potential, and it's like a lottery but you keep the money, I'm gonna put this at A tier because I think it is generally such it's like kind of like a fun investment because like you get to invest, you get that potential that to like win a lot, but again you keep the money. So if I ever need the money in my premium bonds, then yeah, I'll take out the money and I might invest it into ETFs or invest it into any side projects. But yeah guys, that is again, as I said, a different style of video. And yeah, this is my rankings for the investments that I have had experience with. And as always, don't forget to like if you enjoyed the video, comment down below any questions, and subscribe if you're new. Peace.